Divulgativo is the largest network in Europe, founded by the Cost Action Framework, and is based on the study of the factor affecting the gastrointestinal microbial balance and gut health of pigs. Divulgativo involves 22 European countries and 57 research institutions and companies. Moreover, the European Federation on Animal Science are also partner of the network, as well 3 non-European institutions, so the Saskatchewan University, the Chinese Agriculture University, and the Murdoch University in Australia. The aim of the action is to disclose all the factors that can modify the gut eubiosis in pigs, mainly around the weaning.
It's a very good question. I think one of the most critical time points in pig's life is the period directly after birth, because these animals are very susceptible, so they can easily suffer from inadequate environmental conditions. And another very important period is directly after weaning. Weaning means you take the piglet away from the sow. There's a complete change of diets, there's a complete change also of housing conditions. And in these times, you have most of the problems.
Oh yeah, I think it's very important to focus on this. So at the moment we are trying to come up with ideas and tools and new scientific results on how to reduce the use of antibiotics to treat diseases related to the pig gut. And a lot of this knowledge is really depending on our the microbiota. How is the microbiota interacting with the nutrition, but also with the epithelium of the pig gut? And the more we know about this interaction, I think the better we will be able to address our challenges in the pig production. We will simply find new solutions by knowing more about pig microbiota.
Diet is important, as it's also important the management and the environmental condition in which we keep the animals. The diets influence the microbiota and can increase those microbes that enhance the immune response and also may decrease those pathogens. The pig can benefit from eating high palatable and high digestible diets, which provide the nutrient for the gut, but also reduce, for example, protein fermentation. Diet may also contain additives that may modify the environmental conditions, such as acidifying the digesta or modifying the microbial conditions to enhance those microbes that may enhance the immune response.
Of course, EU was the first one to reduce the antibiotics as growth promoters since 2006. Since then, too many funded projects have run, boosting research, development and innovation by gapping knowledge gaps and helping researchers to find new ways to fight infections and antibiotic resistance. The last year, the EU has made a strategic action plan that relies on One Health initiative in order to fight against the antimicrobial resistance.
The new technology has a very important role to study the microbiota community. As I told before, the next generation sequencing technique revolutionized the way to study this community. And now we have a big amount of data, and we need to standardize the methods also to analyze the data, the algorithm, the pipeline, the bioinformatic pipeline of the analysis. This is very important to study this community.
Well, pigs are just like humans. There are some humans that are very rarely sick, and others that are sick all the time. They get the cold, they get the flu. So for pigs and animals, it's the same. There are some animals that are more predisposed than others to be sick, and some animals that are more robust. So from the role of genetics, so we can learn which animals are more predisposed to be robust against pathogens and to be more healthy, to select which are the best candidates for being the fathers and the mothers of the next generation. So if we do this over several generations, we can select the individuals that are going to be more healthier and less prone to have diseases. Once we have this, these animals will be less susceptible to be sick, and we will use less antibiotics to treat them. So at the end, we'll have healthier animals, happier animals, and we will use much less antibiotics. So we will have less resistances to antibiotics, and we will have ourselves more tools to fight our own infections.